Get that brownish green
You set? Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you tell me your name?
My name is Carla King.
Carlene. What type of business do you operate?
I operate a restaurant and catering business.
A restaurant. What's the name of the restaurant and where is it located?
It's Carmi Family Restaurant, and we are 917 Western Avenue on the north side of Pittsburgh.
So describe the restaurant to me.
Our restaurant is a family-owned and operated restaurant where we serve soul food and food with soul, as we call it.
Oh, food with soul. That sounds interesting. So who is Carlene King?
It's me. I'm a mother. I am a former corporate America employee. I have a master's in business. I also have my undergrad in certification in social work. I am a wife. Just me.
How did you get into business?
As the restaurant,
Yes.
I kind of say it kind of got into me. When my fiance and I, we loved to cook, and that was something that brought us together. We would cook together a lot, and we would cook for friends. Cooking for friends became cooking for friends of friends, and then people who we didn't know would ask us to cook. So we're like, hey, babe, we're going to have to charge these people just a little bit. And next thing you know, we had a catering business. We were looking for a space just to have a kitchen because the catering business had grown to that level. And we came here to this location just to see if we can reopen the kitchen. And we looked into the dining room and, prayed about it and was like, this is it. And here we are.
Now, how old is this business?
The restaurant is 2.5 years old.
How's it been so far?
It's a business. It definitely, we're ahead of our business plan. We're not rich yet by any means, but we're doing well. We're doing well. We're where we are supposed to be.
Is this your first business venture?
Yes, I would say. I always kind of endeavored into my little entrepreneurial experiences, or as I used to call them, my hustles. But having a business, yes, this is my first one.
Mm-hmm. Now, prior to a couple of questions that you just answered, you mentioned a business plan. So when you decided you were going to open the business, what was your structure? How did you go about that, the process?
I went upon the process a little differently than most people did. I did projections, but my business plan wasn't as formal as they can be, or I should say as they should be. Because when we opened our business, we decided we were not asking for any funding from anyone. So my business plan basically was studying the economy, studying the neighborhood, projections, and just who my clientele would be. So I kind of have a watered down business plan, but that was ours.
Now, you said you didn't go anywhere for funding. I respect you for that. That's great. Now, did you use any of the entities, business development entities in the region to help you with your business?
I didn't. We did not.
Wow, good for you. So what do you do now to help others that want to go into a similar type business or want to go into business?
I'm always open for discussions. I talk to everyone that I can about taking advantage of education and what steps I took. By no means do I consider or try to say that I'm an expert, but I can definitely let people know what my experience was, how I did it, and where I went wrong, where I could have certainly done better. So that they can learn, grow, and change. Now, as our business gets older, and as we are here a longer time, and our funding is better, I definitely want to help people in other ways. But right now, all I have is a whole lot of advice.
Mm-hmm. So your business is 2.5 years old. How many staff do you have?
14.
Wow, that's a good amount to be responsible for.
Yes, 14.
So in this restaurant, Carmi's, right? Is that how you say it?
It's actually Carmi. It's a mixture of Carlene and Michael, my husband.
Okay, so Carmi. You said that you do soul food.
Yes.
What's your staple?
Ooh, to narrow it down would be very, very hard. We've been voted the best fried chicken in southern Pennsylvania. Our macaroni and cheese is definitely a favorite, chicken and waffles. So we don't really have one thing. If I would say our chicken and waffles is what we sell the most.
Mm-hmm. When you were looking for your location, why did you select the north side?
Born and raised right here on the north side.
As you are going through, I noticed one thing you said, that as we get older, so I love that faith. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Our plans, our short-term plans, are to just expand and to solidify what we're doing here. We do see expansion coming, and hopefully one day when we're more successful, we may even add new locations. But right now, we just want to perfect what we're doing, or get as close to perfect as we can. We'd like to do some, just some cosmetic changes here, increase and make our menu strong and consistent. Just in the next 5 years, we just want to just make sure that we have a strong hold on what we're doing now, and of course, always increasing our catering.
What type of professional legacy would you like to leave?
Behind for my family and my children, I just like to leave the legacy of education. Education, hard work, and not giving up. When it comes to what's the key to my success, or the success I'm looking for or trying to gain, it's education. And because if nothing else, if things don't work out here, I can always go somewhere and get a decent job. But we're not planning for that, but you always have to plan a backup plan. So I don't know, to sum it up, I would say work hard, make sure you have a good solid education and a good work history, and don't give up.
Before you started the restaurant, you said you were in corporate America. What line of work were you?
I worked for Verizon. So for Verizon, I did customer service for years. I did some managing and corporate training for them.
Okay. So as advice for somebody not looking to go into the restaurant business, but just business right now, do you think the economy is good, and what advice would you give them?
I always say that no matter what the indicators say, people are going to pay for what they want. So don't be deterred by the things that you may or may not hear in the news, because among other things, it's not even always reflective of our community or the community we serve. So if you have a good product, if you've studied the people you're serving, then go ahead. Do not let what the analysts on the news say deter you from your dreams.
Throughout your entrepreneurial career, what has your biggest dreams been?
To be self-employed,
okay.
Not to answer to anyone, to rise or fail on my own, my husband and I, and to make money for us instead of making corporations wealthier.
What's your biggest entrepreneurial joys?
Watching my family, everyone here, everyone that works here is either family or as close as family, and have been in our lives for a very long time. So just having and knowing that we are all here together as a family, working and struggling and making it happen, it does my heart very, very good.
Mm-hmm. Who are your biggest business influences?
I take influence from everyone. So it's hard for me to point and say, you know what, this person is my biggest influence. I have friends, my one girlfriend, her name is Shanita Jones. She lives on the Hill. She has had a million businesses, but she never gives up, and she keeps trying and growing new ideas. I have another friend, her name is Krista. She has, just a small business she does on the side. So I can't look at a corporation or a big person. I take influence and I get strength from the people I know, the people around me, the people who do well every day. Bernard Alexander is one of my biggest cheerleaders and pushers, and he certainly does everything he can to uplift and guide me through what he does in networking. So everybody I meet, everyone that I come, into contact with, my customers are my business influences. They let me know what's going on. They let me know what's going well. So I take influence from everywhere.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.